Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Colleagues, I rise today to share with you an article that I read this morning in the Oregonian, which discussed education funding in our state. The coverage is about school funding cuts, the lack of stable revenue for education, and uncertainty about budget. Decision makers wringing their hands about where to cut and what to plan for, and students worrying that they'll have more overcrowded classrooms and fewer opportunities. Here's what one elected leader said. No more shortened school year, that's the bottom line. Wait. I apologize. On second glance, it would appear that it was not this morning's Oregonian. In fact, the article that I'm quoting from was May 23, 2003. Yes, an article from over 14 years ago. What is remarkably disappointing to me is that if you swap the date of the newspaper article from 2003 with today's date, sadly, the story remains exactly the same. Once again, Oregon fulfills their tradition of not adequately serving our youngest Oregonians and funding the schools for the future. Session after session, we are sent here to make sure that our investment in education is representative of the future aspirations that we have for Oregon. Sadly, just as in the case in 2003 and for decades and decades before, the budget we have put forward does not match the rhetoric or the vision that most of us have for Oregon's future. But the problem isn't new to the year 2017, and it wasn't new to the year 2013. In the 1990s, I had to deal with drastic cuts because of ballot measure 5. In the 1980s, we had inadequate property tax dollars that led to massive layoffs where I had to sit there, and I was the one that held the straw that two 20-year teachers, veteran teachers, had to pull the straw to see who was going to get laid off because they had identical seniority and identical licensure. In the 1970s, on my first day as a teacher, I was laid off along with 850 other teachers due to the fact that our year-to-year operating levy had not passed, and I had to do final grades on September 15th. For years, we have asked teachers to make sacrifices and do more with less. We have asked parents to tolerate shorter school years and fewer opportunities for their children. We've asked local communities to do more and more. I am thankful that this morning during the Joint Committee on Tax Reform, we heard strong support from a business tax reform package and finally will add stability. As an educator, a legislator, and an Oregonian, I'm tired of patchwork budgets that allow us to limp along from biennium to biennium. It is time to do the job our neighbors sent us here to do. It is time for us to lead, and it's time for us to fix the structural revenue issue and invest in our youngest and most vulnerable Oregonians. Colleagues, we are the ones we have been waiting for, and I don't know about you, but I'm tired of waiting.